an icon is born presenting the Land Rover. The Land Rover, a name synonymous with adventure, robustness, and capability. Since its creation, this British icon has carved a unique path in the automotive world. From rural, muddy roads to treacherous mountain passes, the Land Rover has conquered it all. It has become a symbol of exploration and a testament to British engineering. But what is it about the Land Rover that inspires such devotion? Could it be its go-anywhere attitude? Perhaps it's its timeless design, or maybe it's the certainty that a Land Rover can take you anywhere, no matter the terrain. Whatever the reason, the impact of the Land Rover is undeniable. It has captured the hearts of adventurers, explorers, and everyday drivers alike. Join us as we delve into the fascinating history of this automotive legend. Post-war practicality, the origin of an off-road legend. The story of the Land Rover begins in post-World War II Britain. The year was 1947. Resources were scarce. The Rover Company, like many others, needed a plan. Maurice Wilkes, Rover's chief engineer, had an idea. He envisioned a simple and durable vehicle, one inspired by the American Jeep. Wilkes's creation was built on a utilitarian chassis. It had a sturdy, boxy body. Its four-wheel drive system was revolutionary. This was the Land Rover Series 1. It was designed for farmers, not adventurers. Little did Wilkes know, he had created something much bigger. The Land Rover Series 1 was an instant success. It was affordable and incredibly capable. Farmers loved its practicality. Soon the Land Rover would become a major player. Others began to recognize its potential. Explorers, adventurers, and even the military came knocking. The Land Rover was more than just a vehicle, it was a solution. It could handle the toughest jobs. It could reach the most remote corners of the world. The legend of the Land Rover had begun. From Series A, Range Rover, expanding horizons. The success of the Series 1 led to the Series 2 in 1958. It featured a more powerful engine and a more comfortable interior. The Series 3 followed in 1971 with more improvements. These early Land Rovers solidified the brand's reputation for ruggedness and reliability. But Land Rover did not rest on its laurels. In 1970, they introduced a new type of vehicle, the Range Rover. This was a revolutionary vehicle. It combined off-road prowess with everyday life, with comfort and luxury on the road. The Range Rover was a bold statement. It created a new market segment, the luxury SUV. It was an instant success. Royalty, celebrities, and the most discerning drivers were drawn to its unique combination of capability and comfort. With the Range Rover, Land Rover demonstrated its versatility. It could build both pure off-road vehicles and luxury SUVs. The brand continued to evolve, always pushing the boundaries of automotive engineering. Defender, Discovery, and beyond. A family of explorers. In 1983, the Land Rover 90 and the 110 arrived. These were eventually renamed as Defender, solidifying the iconic model's place in the lineup. The Defender became synonymous with adventure. It was the vehicle of choice for expeditions, humanitarian aid, and even film sets. Then, in 1989, the Discovery arrived. This was a family SUV with serious off-road capabilities. It offered a more affordable entry point to the Land Rover brand. The Discovery became a global success, further expanding Land Rover's reach. Over the years, Land Rover continued to innovate. They introduced new models like the Freelander, later renamed as Discovery Sport, and the Evoque. These models brought Land Rover's unique combination of luxury and capability to a wider audience. The Land Rover vehicle family was growing. Each model offered something unique. But they all shared the same DNA: robustness, capability, and a thirst for adventure. Section 5. Turbulent waters. Navigating economic storms. Despite its successes, Land Rover's journey has not been without bumps. The company faced several challenges throughout its history. Economic recessions, changes in consumer demand, and increased competition took their toll. At the end of the 20th century, Land Rover faced financial difficulties. The brand changed hands several times. First, it became part of British Land. Then, it was under the ownership of British Aerospace. Finally, it became part of BMW and, later, Ford. These changes brought uncertainty and restructuring. However, despite everything, Land Rover never lost sight of its core values. The brand continued producing capable and desirable vehicles. It weathered the storms, emerging stronger and more resilient. Section 6. The Rover's Resurgence. A legacy reclaimed. In 2008, Land Rover, along with Jaguar, was acquired by Tata Motors, an Indian multinational conglomerate. This move was initially met with some skepticism. However, Tata Motors' commitment to investing in the brands was evident. Under Tata's ownership, Land Rover flourished. The brand experienced a significant revival. New models were introduced. Existing models were redesigned. Quality and technology improved drastically. Tata Motors understood the importance of Land Rover's legacy. It also recognized the need to innovate. This balance between respecting the past and embracing the future has been key to Land Rover's recent success. Section 7. Towards the electric frontier. The future of Land Rover. Today, Land Rover stands as a global automotive powerhouse. It is synonymous with luxury, capability, and adventure. But the brand does not stand still. Land Rover looks towards the future. A future of sustainable mobility. Electrification is at the forefront of Land Rover's plans. The brand has already launched plug-in hybrid versions of several models. A fully electric Range Rover is underway. Land Rover is committed to offering electrified options across its entire range. This commitment to sustainability goes beyond electrification. Land Rover is exploring new materials and manufacturing processes. The goal is to reduce the environmental impact of its vehicles throughout their life cycle. Land Rover is determined to ensure that future generations can continue exploring the world we live in. Section 08. Global domination. Land Rover's presence in the market. The global reach of Land Rover is undeniable. The brand sells its vehicles in over 100 countries worldwide. From the urban jungles of London to the Australian outback, Land Rovers are a common sight. Emerging markets have been particularly receptive to the Land Rover brand. China, in particular, has become a key market for the company. The demand for luxury SUVs is skyrocketing in these regions, and Land Rover is well positioned to capitalize on this growth. To meet this global demand, Land Rover has expanded its manufacturing presence. The company now has production plants in the UK, Slovakia, China, Brazil, and India. This global presence allows Land Rover to be closer to its customers and respond more effectively to the demands of local markets. Section 9. Sustainability and innovation. Driving towards a greener future. Land Rover is very aware of its responsibility to the environment. The brand is committed to reducing its environmental impact across all its operations. This commitment extends from the design and manufacturing of its vehicles to its dealerships and service centers. One of the fundamental pillars of Land Rover's sustainability strategy is its commitment to reducing emissions. The company has set ambitious goals to to reduce the carbon footprint of its vehicles. This includes investing in electric and hybrid technologies, as well as exploring alternative fuels such as hydrogen. In addition to reducing emissions, Land Rover also focuses on resource conservation. The company is implementing sustainable practices throughout its supply chain. This includes the use of recycled and sustainable materials in their vehicles and the reduction of waste during the manufacturing process. Section 10. The charm of adventure. The enduring appeal of Land Rover. What is it about Land Rover that continues to captivate the imagination? Could it be the spirit of adventure? The allure of the open road? Or perhaps it's the promise of capability? The knowledge that a Land Rover can take you wherever you want to go. From the beginning, Land Rover has been synonymous with exploration. The brand has a rich history of supporting expeditions and adventures around the world. From crossing the Sahara Desert to reaching the North Pole, Land Rovers have been there. This spirit of adventure is deeply embedded in the brand's DNA. It is evident in the design of the vehicles, in the marketing campaigns, and in the community of passionate Land Rover owners worldwide. Owning a Land Rover is more than just owning a vehicle. It's about embracing a lifestyle, a sense of adventure, and a connection with nature. Section 11. A legacy of excellence. The impact of Land Rover on the automotive world. Land Rover has left an indelible mark on the automotive world. The brand's influence can be seen in the proliferation of SUVs and crossovers in today's market. Land Rover's pioneering spirit helped create this segment, and the brand continues to set the standard in terms of capability and luxury. But Land Rover's impact goes beyond vehicles. The brand has helped shape our culture. Land Rovers have appeared in countless movies, TV shows, and music videos. They have been the vehicle of choice for explorers, adventurers, and humanitarian workers around the world. Land Rover has become a symbol of adventure, capability, and a certain Britishness. The brand has loyal followers worldwide, and its vehicles are instantly recognizable. Land Rover has created a legacy of excellence that will continue to inspire future generations. Section 12. Conclusion. Land Rover. Exploring forever. From its humble beginnings on the farms of post-war Britain to its current status as a global automotive icon, Land Rover has come a long way. The brand has faced challenges and celebrated triumphs, but through it all, it has remained true to its core values: capability, adventure, and pioneering spirit. Looking to the future, Land Rover faces new challenges and opportunities. The automotive industry is undergoing a period of rapid transformation, with electrification, connectivity, and autonomous driving technologies reshaping the landscape. However, one thing is certain: Land Rover is well positioned to navigate these changes and emerge as a leader in the years to come. Land Rover's commitment to innovation, sustainability, and the core values of its brand will ensure that it continues to capture the imagination of adventurers and explorers for generations. The journey is far from over. In fact, for Land Rover, the greatest adventures are yet to come.